Good afternoon, and welcome to More Than Meets the Eye. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today I have for you Transformers Generations Legacy Wrek and Rule Collection Leadfoot in his Formula One race car mode. Here he is with the other Formula One race cars. Let's set him in the center. Oh, we got the other Formula One race cars around him. I do not have the Kingdom Mirage because, well, I don't like collecting doubles of characters unless it's very distinctly different. Like if the Kingdom Mirage's transformation had been something completely different and not just a slight retool, then that would have been something I would have grabbed for the show. But no, it didn't happen. And so I waited until an actual character came out that also had the mold so that I could get that new character and then talk about it with you. So here is the vehicle mode for Leadfoot. And there's some things that are similar and there's some things that are different. And we're going to set the other two cars there. Grab the Lego measuring pad. Here we are, Lego measuring pad. Let's get it lined up. So let's see the width. The width is 8 studs. Like, actually, 8 on the dot. So 8 studs, and the back length, width for the back wheels, though, is different. It's actually a little wider. Let's see. It's 9 studs. So the back wheel, the width of the back of the Formula One race car here is 9, and the width of the front is 8. Length of the car is right there. That's 16 studs. That's not bad. So the length of the car is 16 studs, and we'll do a size comparison with this. Did the length change from Siege to Kingdom? Let's see. The length did change slightly, but not by much, because the Kingdom mold has this bit that sticks out more. This one's front nose is actually a little more recessed than this one's front nose. So that's the big difference there. And width-wise, the front of the car is 8, and the back of the car is 9. So nothing's really changed there. It's still about the same. Now, on the other hand, this Formula One race car, the drag strip, is 10 studs long, just almost 11 studs long. Like it goes to the very cusp of the 10th. And then width-wise, though, at the front, it's 7 studs wide. And, I didn't even, finish transforming this correctly. That's okay. And we've got the back is actually at 8 studs. So that's the difference, is that these two guys are just a smidge wider than Dragstrip here, but they're all the same length. I think that's cool. So that's kind of neat. They can all participate in the same race. They're just Formula One race cars made by different companies. So here we go. Let's talk the differences continued on to the siege ports, because I love me my siege ports. First off, this car here has 2 siege ports, and funny enough, they're located the same place they're located here. Let's see. Yeah, it's just right there. Look at that. Is that a siege port? Is that a siege port? That is. So its siege ports are located the same place that the drag strip siege ports are located, and the Mirage's siege... Does Mirage have siege ports there? Do you have siege ports there, Mirage? No. No, you do not. You do not have siege ports there. Isn't that interesting? So the Siege Mirage mold has no siege ports there, but they get siege ports there. That's cool. So Kingdom Leadfoot has a siege port on either side of the engine. And let me double check that, making sure. I don't want to steer y'all in the wrong direction. No, there's no siege port. It just said that is neat. I didn't realize that until messing with it right now. But there you go. So that's a siege port. Let me go ahead and remove that gun. Put that gun back over here on you so I don't lose them. There we go. Drag strip, you get your gun again. Okay, continuing, we're going to mention more siege ports. Are there any more siege ports? There's 2. That's it. There's 2. There's 2 siege ports. There's not even siege ports on the back. Now on the underside, we've got any siege ports on the underside of the vehicle. And yes, we have 2 siege ports on the underside of the vehicle. Kind of interesting, because on the underside of Dragstrip here, there are... Let's see, are they in similar locations? Not really the exact same locations, but there's still the siege ports on the bottom of it, very similar to these siege ports here. That's cool. So there you go. If you want to do something like plugging in some jet effects, let's see. Do we have a jet effect I could just grab for the camera here? We do indeed. Let's grab this one. I like this one. So you can plug. Let's plug it in. There you go. You can plug in a jet effect, like it's just lifting off with vernier jets because it's a space Formula One race car. Okay, put that away. Now, let's get these 2 guys away, and we'll talk about sculpt work and molding and stuff like that. So, big difference. Actually, bring back Siege, because here's the one I want to make sure y'all understand and y'all see and what I love most about this. Okay, look at the backs of these 2 vehicles, and if you can't see, I'm about to explain it to you. So the backs, this one's back is what feels like an engine area. It's like a pokey bit. You can actually maybe plug a blast effect into it. I'm not sure. Let's see. Do we have... We'll just grab this blast effect here. And no, you can't really plug a blast effect into that. But that's neat. You know, that's like an engine decal. I don't know exactly what that is. Maybe it's for parachutes, you know, to help slow the car down. But anyway, it's different. You know, it feels like it's part of the car. It feels like it's necessary to run the vehicle. And what is that? That's the underside of the head. When you did the transformation, we flip the head around, and we get this nice back piece that feels like it's part of the car. That's neat. I like that. On the Siege mold, we got the chest piece. Yeah, the chest piece, the faux form chest piece for the Siege character just kind of hangs out on the back of the vehicle. Like he's riding around. You know, there's the front, and then when you look at his back, he's got a squished up front. You know, objects in mirror may seem closer than they appear, I guess. That's interesting. And, you know, this one's not even really... Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's molded okay. But that... And then on the underside of the Legacy Wrek and Rule Collection Leadfoot, also the Kingdom mold for Mirage, there is the chest piece. It's very flat. You know, they flattened it down, and it fits under there very smoothly, and it doesn't interfere with the wheels. This one's chest piece is a bit too fat. Like they put a lot of detail in there, at least in the making it appear as if it's the front of the vehicle. Like it feels like a smaller front of the vehicle, though for some reason it's not much thinner. Yeah, interesting. Anyway, so that's a big change, and that's a change I appreciate. Like if you have to do a faux forming bit, you know, hide it from us. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it with my hands. Make sure it's a nice clean vehicle, and this is a nice clean vehicle all the way around. It's a clean vehicle. We've got this little we'll talk about the spoiler now, and the spoiler for this mold is really nice. You get this uplift here. It feels shiny, it feels sleek. I love the plastic this is made of. I love the paint app, at least on the sleek glossy feel of this, though there's this notch right here where they connect. It's a little rectangular notch, and I don't know what goes there. Like I've tried to put the where did I put it? See, is that it? No. That's another gun, but that gun may work there. So yeah, I've tried to put different guns because they have these little pieces on them, and I try to put them in there, and they don't really work. I don't know what this little cut, this little notched area is for. Maybe it was something they did for plastic consumption reasons. I mean, I could flip this around and try and shove that piece in there, but no, it doesn't really go to anything. It had been cool if that actually was wide enough and worked with the kibble on these guns so that it could fit in. Like, it kind of fits in with this gun. That's the one that has the little wings off to the sides. I'm not sure if it's supposed to go with the Master Damas or the Leadfoot. The rocket launcher gun is somewhere else around here. Let's see. Rocket launcher gun? Rocket launcher gun. Where did you go? Oh well, it's probably got batted away by the cats again, so I'll have to find the rocket launcher gun. But it did come with the rocket launcher gun. I showcased that before. So I don't know what's up with that. It's a piece that's weird, and I have no reason. I have no understanding what it is. I love that these fists become the air intake, though it's not. It's not as sturdy of a connection there as I would like it to be. It's. I guess it could be better, but trying to get that to fit in there. There we go. It's back into place. It likes to pop out of place, but from the spoiler down, you get this really big intake for air, and then the air intake comes over here to the cockpit area for the pilot, the driver of the car. It's very flat and one-dimensional, or two-dimensional, I guess. It's not really three-dimensional, and that is a little bit of an upset. Though I think it's supposed to be molded in such a way, yeah, it feels like there's arms in there, and then this area feels kind of like a head or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the cockpit area for this Formula One race car, but it ain't human. That's what's going on there for sure. And going down further from the cockpit of the car, we come to the sides. The sides are really nice and sleek. From watching Formula One racing, they feel like a Formula One race car looks, and that's really nice. It's got these really cool venti bits right behind the front wheels, and you get this really sleek feeling to it. You even got this little dip down area where where the pilot can step on and off and get into the machine. And then there's those siege ports, which is really surprising and I appreciate. You know me on Blind Prime, I love me some siege ports. So going further, and that's the same for both sides. They're both exactly the same. It's sleek, it feels great. It's made of good quality plastics. I just wish it had rubber wheels. I really do. This thing would be amazing with rubber wheels. That would be a cool company. One that replaces the wheels that Transformers come with rubber wheels. Like, can we get that? That'd be neat. I'd buy me some rubber wheels for this guy. Now we come over to the front wheels. They don't really have. They have some texture to them, but they feel very similar to the wheels here on the Siege version, which I'm a little upset with because the Siege version here had these wheels because they were made for Cybertron, a completely different, alien surface than Earth. And then, he comes to Earth and he's got the same wheels. And that just takes me back a bit. So that would gripe with the wheels. Not much of one. There inside you've got the little pieces of metal, the metal struts that come out from the core of the car to hold the wheels on. I love that they actually sculpted those in really well too, because here you don't really you don't really have that sculpted in that well. You've got this A-frame kind of thing that connects to the wheels, and it doesn't feel. I mean, it feels okay, but at the same time, it's boring. It feels lazy. This one, they sculpted that in there. You got all 3 bars. You got 3 bars this time connecting to the wheel, and each bar has some individual sculpt work on it. And that's really nice. And of course, the 2 strut bars are the ports of the A, and then the middle bit that comes from the core and connects to the tire, that's actually for the steering. And that's nice that they included that. And then you come over here to the front of the vehicle, and we've got these really well sculpted front spoiler, the thing that guards the front wheels. It's really nicely sculpted. I love it. Yeah, and then the nose is a little more stunted than the Siege Mirage mold, but not by much. But it actually feels better than the Siege Mirage. Like, this one's nose felt like it came out too far, and I really just do not like the feel of the Siege Mirage toy over this one. Leadfoot feels like a better toy in my hand than Siege Mirage. Siege Mirage feels a little cheap. Like, the only part of him that doesn't feel cheap is actually this faux chest. This faux chest feels like, it's got some money put into it. It feels like it's made of different plastic, a different paint app. It's glossy, shiny feeling, but the rest of this, it's very, the texture isn't right. The texture doesn't feel like smooth, sleek race car to me. The texture just feels like cheap race car. That's the only way I can describe that. But Leadfoot feels sleek. Leadfoot feels clean. We got the drag strip here. Drag strip feels sleek. Drag strip feels clean. Even though he's got some rougher bits, they're actually mixed in. with the glossy bits, and I love it. And these guys work very well next to each other. I think that they are very, each of these is a different type of Formula One race car, but they're both Formula One race cars, so they adhere to both, and no, I I can't wait for Hasbro to bring out another type of Formula One race car and show us how that one's done. Honestly speaking, I would love some more, some other type of race cars. Like, it would be a cool one? Those weird race cars from Australia. The ones that have the little buggy, but it has that big wing thing on the back, like the giant spoiler that looks like it's bigger than the car itself. Those are those are just adorable and weird, and I think it'd be fun to have a Transformer. That's one of those. That would be neat. Uh, I've blabbed on long enough about this. Y'all have a great day, and tune in next Prime. We'll have something new. Bye bye for now.